Hi, my name is Chancellor Lee Parker, and I am a senior psychology major here at Brevard College. And I will be talking about my time here at the Boys and Girls Club Teen Center of Lanier in Gainesville, Georgia. So I asked myself, does a bad kid exist? And what better place to find that out than a Boys and Girls Club? For the ones who are not familiar with the club, it's a program designed to help enhance the youth to flourish in the classroom and to promote a healthier and productive life. They believe that they can make the best out of a bad situation, and they will do everything in their power to make the kid the best versions of themselves. And the reason I chose this Boys and Girls Club in particular is because in this area, there is majority of minorities in this club. A lot of kids come from poverty, a lot of kids come from abuse, neglect, trauma, and I feel like that I have a personal connection with them, and I feel like I will have the best experience here since I will be a positive role model since I know exactly where they're coming from and I'm not just being hypocritical in what I say or thinking this is just a job. And they have a few beliefs such as like a place to learn and grow, ongoing relationships, life-enhancing programs such as we had cosmetology for the girls, we had technology for girls and guys, we had surfing, we had a lot of programs for the kids so they can expand their horizons. And also hope and opportunity, of course, because we're trying to expand their mindset than what they're already used to. And the numbers here are really powerful in my eyes. For example, 88% of teens plan to pursue a higher education after high school, which is huge in this county because there are only two things to do in this county, and that's either work in the chicken plant or turn to a life of crime. And 65% of our club members are physically active 5 days out of the week. We get them to do something, active activities, at least 1 to 3 hours a day, so they stay fit. And half our club members volunteer at least once a month. The review. I found out that positive and negative reinforcement was the biggest key to success in order to flourish in this internship, and I figured that out on the back end. Also, with communication through technology and in person, because kids nowadays are so exposed to TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, things that we weren't used to growing up, so they're exposed to a lot more things they don't need at their young mindset. So I learned a way to communicate with them through technology since they listen more, and in person so they know it's okay to stay being a kid and to not be exposed to the wrong things at such an early mind. Also, the goals going into this internship, I was trying to figure out what teenagers made them the way they are. Does environment play a role in your mindset in everyday life? And also, I'll try to figure out a way to work with this specific age group since teenagers are kind of the hardest group to work with, ironically. I had a lot of outcomes and accomplishments I'm proud of. I built a stronger ongoing relationship with a dozen kids to this day. I talked to a handful of them. A lot of them text me to this day. I just got the phone with them a few days ago. Every time I go home, I try to figure out a way to go see them at their schools, and they love that. I create a wider network of people, like some people in the professional sports, like the NFL, somebody in the business industry, education, like I have jobs waiting for me outside of college. Also, I befriended multiple teenagers, and I picked these pictures specifically because at the beginning of the summer, a lot of these kids did not like me. They were not loving me at all, especially teenage girls. Teenage girls are a handful, as everybody knows. So I put them up because working with them throughout the whole summer was a task, and I love the challenge. But these girls specifically were my biggest accomplishment in my eyes because teenage girls are, in my eyes, are very hard to work with. And I'm glad I befriended them because at the end of the summer, they were tearing up, crying, saying, "Oh, are you coming back? Are we going to see you again?" And it just almost shed a tear to my eye. And the guys were easier to work with because since they know I came from where they came from, I'm not just saying things that they want to hear. I'm telling them how it was back then for me. So I'm like, I know what they're coming from. I've been in their shoes before, and just be a positive role model in their eyes. Also, the one I really am proud of is I saved more than a handful of kids in just 2.5 months. Kids coming up to me saying, "I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for you." They could tell that I was there for the experience, not just a job. I cared about them, not just about the money. So they're telling me, they're coming up to me saying, please don't ever leave me, please don't ever forget about me because you changed my life. Because while I was going through at home, I don't know if I will be here to this day, but you changed my life. And I'm like, I would give up all the money I earned there in a heartbeat just to hear that over again. It was worth every single penny. So at the end of my internship, my supervisor actually answered my question for me, does a bad kid exist? He worked with kids for over 25 years, and he said, if you're coming from poverty, if your own parents don't want you at the house, if you're going through neglect, you will be acting the same way too, because these are just kids at the end of the day. They can't process their feelings, they can't process emotion, so they're going to react based off what they feel is best. So to answer my question, I say no, a bad kid does not exist. Thank you.